Outlaw Sports is brought to you by Molson Canadian, made from Canada, and Rocky Mountain Barbecue, Alberta barbecue cuisine at its best.
Look at this, Outlaw Sports TV, all global cast. This is going to be the highest ratings, close to the Olympics or close to the Super Bowl, I don't know.
Yeah, 400 million, is that roughly?
Yeah. 400 is close to us here. Brendan Parker from Global Sports, glad to be along here today. Where's Mike? Oh yeah, back in Phoenix, Arizona. I think he's there more now than he is right here. Let's get to the Super Bowl. I tweeted this.
Yeah.
This is the best reality TV show on TV, is live sports. You can't get anything better than that, Brendan.
You really can't.
Yesterday's game.
Except for Survivor. I mean, those cats.
That's my favorite.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, that game had so much. I mean, it took forever. I mean, we're talking like a 5-hour game by the time that delay ended. But for the most part, this game had so much into it. That delay, the power outage, guys looking like they're sleeping on the sidelines, to the Baltimore Ravens and the comeback. It was fantastic. That
power outage, though, I was thinking about a lot of guys who write or talk about sports in this country. If that was in the Grey Cup,
yep,
we would have been all over, Canada, CFL, Mickey Mouse. But it happens in the best league in the world, and it's okay.
Although they were getting ripped pretty good. The best line I heard was some very upset New Orleans Saints fans, maybe players, staff, decided that, after the suspensions from earlier this year, that maybe they would get a little revenge on NFL's biggest stage. But yeah, I agree with you. I think, well, there was a few jokes, you see that, but you're right. If it happened in the CFL, if that happened
over the CFL,
the 100th Grey Cup in Toronto, the power goes out, yeah, it would be a laughing stock.
The one thing I loved about this game is the first half was good. The Ravens looked so good, and the 49ers did not look that good. But then shortly after the power outage, down 22 points, I could not believe the comeback. That was impressive.
Well, you know what? Colin Kaepernick, I think he finally, there may have been a bit of nerves with this kid. He's looked like an Iron Man throughout his first 9 NFL starts, but maybe there was some nerves. Super Bowl, the stage. That power outage maybe help him settle in a little bit. You notice that the 49ers were upbeat, though, on the sidelines. Harbaugh, the other Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh, throwing, passing on the sideline with his quarterback. It just seemed like they were pretty loose during that power outage, and maybe that was something that played into that a little bit.
And I think it's just,
a lot less to lose, too.
Yeah, and it's human nature. You're up by 22 points now. You've just opened the second half with a 109-yard run back for a touchdown on a kickoff return. I'm sure they just let up. The one play I want to talk about, or plays, is the goal line stance by the Ravens. Ray Lewis said after the game, arguably the best goal line stance he's ever seen. I'm not too sure. I think it was the ineptitude of the 49ers, number one. What's your take on the call, the non-holding call on Jimmy Smith on Crabtree?
Well, here's the thing that drives me nuts about these things, is we slow them down 100 times, and I know CBS kept going back to it. Every time there was a delay, every time that final Ravens, they go back to this non-call. And it drives me nuts because we slow it down frame by frame. Of course it looks like holding when it's, scanned through each time. That drives me nuts because I think that when given the situation, these guys are fighting for a touchdown, or in the Ravens' case, fighting against a touchdown to win the Super Bowl. This guy was, playing hands-on a little bit, but they were going 5 yard. It was in there. It was close. But the ref needs to let him play in that situation. I'm okay with it. Make a play.
I tend to disagree. I think it was a blatant hold. It's in a scoring position. That would have put the 49ers in front. I think the ref has to make that call if he saw it. There was a hold. I think it was coming when the ball was coming to him. But there was some offensive.
There was a push.
There was a push.
No, let me ask you this then. With this happening in the Super Bowl, 2 minutes left, do you think that call would have been made in week 5, week 10 of the NFL season? You think so?
I think it would have been made.
100% every time?
I think it would have been made.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. That call is usually made, but with less than a minute, because it was so crucial. I thought at that time of the game, they couldn't let a non-call go. The only thing is, I'll say about that, I don't think that influenced the game, because if that was a touchdown, Niners would have taken the lead. But here the Niners are on that goal line, or was it first and goal, second and goal, third and goal?
After the Gore run.
Why didn't they give it to Frank Gore and run the ball? They were so intent on passing. That's what amazed me.
It shouldn't have come down to that. If you're the Niners offense, you get your first down around the 5 yard line, you should be able to find a way to to get that at least into the 1 yard line.
And that's why I think, Brent, a lot of people say the difference in the game was coaching. Yeah. I think the coordinators in each team, it was Caldwell was the best coordinator in that game, and that's why it was a Ravens victory.